Hi, I'm Carcino.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Go. Once again, it's your boy Cino, live and direct. Whew, this boy just don't get enough, man. Champagne sloppy. He just want people to talk about it. He want people to talk about it. Now, we have been moving on from this dude. We don't want to talk about him. I felt like we've exhausted everything there is with this clown. But yet, here he is putting himself back into my crosshairs. Don't forget you could donate to the page by hitting the Cash App up, which is Carcino. Don't forget you can support our page by hitting up the like button, subscribe, Carcino for life. And let's talk about this, man. Now, on Akademiks show or what have you, they had this guy named Top 5. A gang member who wants to be a rapper from Toronto. And he's talking about putting out a podcast with Drake, and they coming after anybody that was in the Not Like Us video and all this, and they can't come to he the one that shut down people from Top TDE coming to Toronto, and it was real weird. It was real weirdo behavior. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, dog, Drake, you just made yourself look more and more like the lame that everybody assumed that you are. Because why would you send this dude? You know, I mean, like, that just makes you look more and more like a loser. Not just of the battle. This ain't even about a rap battle no more. You look like a straight up clown. I mean, seriously, your appearance now is straight clown. Nobody's gonna have any respect for you whatsoever. I'm dead serious. And all credibility of yours is going out of the window. And I got news to tell y'all. And we gonna get to that special news. Because of these actions, there was ramifications for this. Because I'm here to tell y'all, Goofy is as Goofy does. And what this guy did was completely goofy. Now, from what I see, from what I see it is this is clown behavior, y'all, at its finest. Yeah, because For me, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I mean, top 5 is the stupidest name to ever have as a rapper. One, since you want to be a rapper, dude, let me just tell you flat out. Top 5 is the stupidest name ever. I don't know if anybody in Toronto ever told you, but top 5 is real stupid. They'd be like going to a record company, hey, what's your name? Top 5? Top 5 what? Dumbest effing names in rap? Top 5 is a dumb street name. You're top what? Top 5. Top of all the number 5s, you're the top? Yeah. Stupid. Now, naturally, when people like this talk, you see one or two things happen. It activates the internet for the people that don't live that life to go, oh, wow, this is really cool. Oh, man, this is crazy. And it activates people that really live that life, and they show that to them. They get offended by stuff like that. And they go, man, who's that dude? Who's this clown? And they get offended. And they be like, man, this dude ain't doing nothing. And if anybody was around this guy, they'd want to slap him, like pistol whip him right in his mouth. Because real people that's really in that street life, that's real gangsters, anybody could kill somebody, homie. Anybody could kill somebody. Anybody, a 5 or 7-year-old could pick up a gun and pull the trigger. Okay, anybody could kill somebody. It don't matter what city, state, anybody can kill somebody. That don't make you a real one because you take somebody's life. If I kill somebody, it's because I had to. I ain't had no other choice. It was either me or them. That ain't nothing to brag about. There ain't nothing to say, yeah, I'm a real one, because I put them down and nah. And anybody who ever been in a situation when they did, they don't even want to talk about it. They don't even want to talk about stuff like that. Because that's not something that they chose to do. It was something that they had to do. Punks and cowards do that stuff because he thinks they know that they ain't know nothing in real life. So this is all they got to go off of. So they gonna flaunt like they the toughest dude ever in the streets and live off street cred. Because that's all they gonna be in life. And you think that's what makes you real. That's what makes you authentic. You authentically street. You just got out of jail. That's because you got caught. You got caught. That's why you went to jail. That's not a cool thing. It's like, hey, look at me. I went to jail. It's like, dog, you went to jail because you got caught. That don't mean you tough. That's the problem. Real ones in our hood who did gangster stuff, they would tell all of us, hey, man, don't do what we do. You know, we in this life because this is us. But we don't want the young dudes to all follow behind us and do this. Y'all didn't come up like we did. They didn't promote that and advertise that to the world as, oh, this is the way to live. They didn't go on internet. You would never see a real one going online talking about you can't come here. If you do, we gonna whack people upside the head. We doing this and that. We violating. They ain't coming back. They going back in bags, doing some WWE type stuff. That's not what a real one's gonna do. It's actually sickening and embarrassing. And if you're Drake, This is what you promote to all of us? Run that down to the point where it makes sense. Yeah, he's from the GGG, the Go Get 'Em gang. Real G's moving silence. It's not just silence. It's just that if they own that time, they ain't trying to have, they know the internet is the cops. They not trying to go on there and send threats out, do all this dumb stuff, man. That weirdo activity. That's weirdo activity, dog. I was sitting here watching the Cowboy Giants game, I'm like, I don't even want to get into this because of this weirdo dude. He looked like a weirdo old young Somalian puff daddy. Talking about hurting Kendrick Lamar. Boy, if you pushed Kendrick Lamar, first of all, Kendrick Lamar one-on-one will beat your ass. Two, if you would have hurt Kendrick in any kind of way, what you think that's gonna happen to your boy? What you think gonna happen to your boy? Huh? Who you claim you doing this for? You ain't doing nothing but clout chasing. Everybody can see that. But what you think gonna happen to your homeboy? You think he gonna be tootsie sliding anywhere around, making videos and going to parties? They don't care if that boy will have to travel with a SWAT team forever. Right. Somebody call themselves top 5. They ain't even in the top 100. Top 100 rappers, top 100 anything. The hell he top of? Top of the bottom? Yeah, Drake paid for you with his Jewish lawyer and got them Jews in there. You were smiling from ear to ear. Wasn't all them gangsters that got you out, was it? You went to the nerd. The nerd had to go down there and swoop and get those guys, get those Jewish lawyers. I mean, he went to the Amish paradise, didn't he? And dug up them lawyers to get your ass up out of jail. Didn't it? Top 5. Top 5 and dumbest people you ever seen. And what was linking you to the case? Social media evidence. Right? Social media evidence was linking your ass to the case. Music videos. You celebrating all on the music videos about the deaths, threats, once again. And they were able to get you off and get that social media evidence thrown out so you can walk. And boy, here you are, right back again, sending threats. I didn't see none of that goon stuff. I ain't see none of that goon talk when you was outside that courthouse with that damn Amish lawyer that Drake got you. You were looking like a good old boy then, with your suit on, all hugged up, with your white Jewish lawyer. Then like he was from Amish paradise. He's like, okay, now I gotta go back to the farm. Got his wheel carriage out there. No car. I ain't got my wheel carriage right here with my horse. Celine, yeah. Open the door. I'm going to climb up. Yeah. Get. Now remember, top 5. Yeah. No more trouble out you. Let's go. Oh, man. Clowns. That's what I'm talking about. Clowns. You sending these people after you gonna activate people that really live in these streets. Like you big time. You got a name out there. Like, man, dude, yeah, top 5, man. You one of them guys in Toronto. Like, yeah, that's Toronto, dog. You're a wolf in the streets of Toronto. What does that mean? You see what I'm saying? What does that really mean? You think anybody in the United States cares about top 5? You coming out here with the doggone raggedy teeth right out of jail. Yeah, you all smiles now. And since Drake then bailed you out of jail and gave you a lawyer, but you the goon of the streets and you ain't got no lawyer? You ain't got no lawyer or something? Couldn't get you a lawyer or something? You got to kiss up to the nerd? You got to kiss up to a nerd? Because you ain't got no lawyer? Real ones don't got to do that. You know what a real one do? He got a lawyer on deck. They on retainer. Right. Who takes somebody's life and run around here and want to brag about it? Those are not real ones. Those are clowns. They weak men inside. They dead inside. You ain't lying. He's like, look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain now. I'm top 5 now. That's exactly what he look like. That damn skinnies. I'm the captain now looking at it. I'm the captain now. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain now. I'm the captain now. I'm the biggest goon in all of Toronto. They got to answer to me. I'm top 5. And I'm real rapper. I take someone's life because I think it's cool. And I represent Drake. We're going to do a podcast together. And the ones say not like us, they got to deal with me because I'm top 5. And that's how I move. That's how I move. That's how I move. I rotate. I'm top 5 now. The hell is wrong with these people, man? These silly clowns, man. You put these goons out here, real goons will split your head open, boy. Then you better stop playing out here with real people. Stop sending threats over the internet. That's begging to go. You begging to go right back to jail. You think they like the fact that you out of jail? These so-called nerds, let me tell you how nerds work, homie. They will send your punk ass right back to jail. That's what they do. They send fools like you back to jail. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's going to get even worse because we're going to provide some information on this video that we was going to talk about on the Patreon, but I'm going to do it here because it's a lot of clown-ish that's been going on. But this fool thought it'd be a good idea to come after Kendrick Lamar. He a real stepper. Will tell him to go step in his shoes and go step on the block. That's where you stepping at, right? But you gotta watch your step. You're gonna be afraid to stay out here. Play on your blocks that you at. You on a 2-block radius, play on that block. Don't play the game anywhere else. He can't come to the United States. He fresh out of jail. If he get a visa to come here or get permission to come to the States, please, nobody's worried about top 5. There's real people that move and shake in the streets, and they don't want to be known by anybody outside of street activity. They perfectly fine with being silent and don't want their names mentioned by damn civilians. They don't need the attention. They don't need the rah-rah. But this the scariest dude in Toronto. That's the dude we got to be scared of in Toronto. That's the goon. I was going to get to that, Jara. The Toronto police has just asked them to send everything they got on this fool saying what he just said. The Toronto police is upset that this man was freed by the evidence of social media. This is before, and now he is sending out another threat. So they want all the evidence that was seen on that show, send it to them, because the Toronto police want to lock your dumb ass back up. That's what I was going to get into, but I got some other stuff to share too, because this is really backfired once again on that champagne sloppy. He don't know how to keep himself out of harm's way. He don't know how to keep himself in the light. He keep allowing dumb it to come out. That's him. That ain't on nobody but him. Hit the like button, good people. I know y'all just got here and everything, and we just been talking, and you just probably getting to the information for the first time, but please hit the like button so that they can know y'all real. Because it's out of all y'all here, should be way more likes than what I'm seeing. That's right. Hit the like button, good people. Right. He's good at extorting punks and nerds. Stay in your lane. You can bully punks and nerds. You got one right now from Degrassi. You got RB Graham. You keep punking RB Graham, he's scared of you. So you go ahead and you use all your influence or whatever over him because he's scared. He scares you. He don't want to pay for your court and all that because he's scared of you. Right. You just activated people to want to slap you in your face. Clout chasing will get you the clout you don't want. That's why I don't clout chase. I don't do that. I leave it to clowns. Seen a lot of real stuff in the streets, bro. Seen a lot of real stuff in the streets. To know guys like you burn out like a match. That's how long y'all last, like a match. You come and you go. We done seen a lot of you come and go. Make a whole bunch of noise and you go. Either jail or they crashed out, ran into the wrong one, and then you ain't mentioned no more. We done seen a lot of y'all come. And this is why I want the young people to understand when they see this video and y'all watching this, I want y'all to understand something. This is who you don't want to be like. You don't want to be like that guy at all. These people are clowns. And it don't matter if he's from Toronto Ohio, Detroit, Santa Barbara. I don't care where he is. You see this kind of activity, you stay away from it. We all know everybody in here is from different areas and different walks of life. You've seen this kind of clown before. Everybody has. We've seen this activity. They go and find them what they call a mule. That's what they normally call a mule, like academics. That's a mule, a nerd who in a position, they be like, look, the goon will go grab him like, yo, you need protection out here. I'm your guy. See, they go throw an arm around guys like that. They out of fear, like, yeah, you can be my security. And they punk them. This is what I thought Wack was doing to Akademiks. I was like, oh, you got you a mule. He ain't no mule. It's like, oh, he's a real smart man and he's a business. I'm like, oh, okay, I see what it is. You're a worker. Okay, I got you. I thought you was a boss. Now you just played yourself. So now I know what I'm dealing with. So when I had to go that way, this is Drake's friend. This is Drake buddy. Exactly. Another guy that's going to end up crashing out for no reason. Makes no sense. Well, we'll see what it's at when it's all said and done. When it's all said and done, we'll see where everybody measures up when it's all said and done. Top 5 for the trenches. Well, if he's from the trenches, then stay in the trenches. The trenches of Toronto. That's where he's from. Stay on your 2-block radius. You deal with that over there. Don't worry about, but you talk about you finna put your hands on Kendrick Lamar and all that. And the TDE, anybody come over there, you got them or whatever. I'm like, whoa, dude, you going a little too far. Your game plan and all that, that's you going too far, bro. Way too far for my liking. I don't appreciate it at all. First, who was talking the top 5? You weren't even mentioning none of the diss records and nothing because nobody knows you. And then now you're going to get to the point where people want to see you now. But before we get to that, let's get to this. Because of your stupid activity, here's the Toronto police. And they saying all of this right here. All this activity. Now, he leaked a whole DM between him and Drake. And this is alleged that's him and Drake's conversation, but he's a goofy. This is what Top 5 did. Leaked all this information, right? And the nerds end up contacting the police. See, this is what happens when you're playing with nerds.
I love that nigga. You're my profile, man. I love you, my brother.
Yo, listen.
Okay, so now the important, like, get on the phone with him, but I wanted to reach out to him and get all the information from his account. Now it starts off by here with this interview here, where he talks about Drake, where Top 5 talks about Drake, and Top 5 asks Drake if he could like get on the phone with him, but then Drake says that he can't talk right now. So we're going to play the clip right now.
Drake just mentioned he's busy.
Yeah.
So I don't know with my rap. He said, I'm in a meeting at some spot with no service. I'm hearing you're tearing down the internet. Up T in the cut. That's outside Up T. Katie in the cut, 35. Boss, also, we bun skin. Welcome home, brother. Real shit. Would you boy. And let me tell you, I love that nigga. I love that nigga.
Oh, yeah.
I love that nigga. You're my profile, man. I love you, my brother.
Yo, listen.
Okay, so now the important part right here was him showing the text messages from Drake. Now, obviously, Drake named everybody in that room, so I guess the ski masks don't matter at that point. But as you can see here, Champagne Poppy, I'm in a meeting at some point. I'm in a meeting at some spot, no service. Drake did not want to go on live stream with these guys at all, bro, especially with Akademiks and Top 5 there. I'm hearing you're tearing down the internet. And this is what he says the names. Upty in the cut, Katie in the cut, Boss Man Bunzo in the cut. We Bunskin. Now, I think Drake saying we Bunskin is what got the police involved. And you may ask why, but if you see here on the next thing right here, it says Canadian lingo, which is really just Jamaican patois. Here he's admitting to being involved with getting people shot with. We Bunskin. Funnily enough, these guys were dissing and smoking on deceased Toronto rapper Smoke Dogg, who Drake has brought out on tour and paid tribute to after he passed. This is exactly what Kendrick was talking about when it comes to these guys jumpstarting neighborhood wars. So we Bunskin is in reference to getting people shot. And this right here is the Toronto police asking for this account to send them all the information that he has. And mind you, that same account is sharing information like this. So from what it looks like they want to investigate deeper into what all this lingo and all these people are after the fact that Top 5 had got out of prison. Top 5 got out of prison 24 hours ago after this interview. And the thing is that this man is being so reckless and being so ignorant when it comes to all of this, bro. Like, how can you be so foolish, bro? Now, there's a reason why Drake said, I'm in a meeting at some spot with no service. He did not want to get on the phone with these guys, y'all. That's something you tell people when you don't want to be on the phone with. You know what I mean? But that's just me. Who knows? Maybe he was in a bad spot. But him texting him, we Bunskin, knowing that could be incriminating to say, I guess in lingo terms in Canada, it's not looking good. It's definitely not looking good when people are sharing the story of who Top 5 really is and who the victim was. And rest in peace to Hashim. Yeah. And it gets even more disturbing when you find out that when Top 5 initially went on the run the first time before his arrest, he took off his GPS tracker and fled to the States. And this is the cousin of the victim. He says, I don't even know how you get past the border with that kind of charge. Like, how do you fly over to the US with that kind of charge? How do you even get on a plane like that? And then the bottom here, he thanks Champagne Papi for his version of justice for Hashim. So I'm not sure if he's trying to point any fingers, but that's what the cousin said, y'all. And then
right. Now y'all seeing this play out, right? Now you see how this weirdo behavior is. And he thanked Drake for the lawyer fees and being set free in the murder case. Drake paid his lawyer fees and everything, right? Why? Fear. But once again, Drake, who's a lame, coming out claiming it. Like, yeah, we buntskins. Yeah. Okay, now the Toronto police want it. Let's see you pay. See, they use you because what you do, pay. Clowns pay. That's what they do. They pay. You got to pay. You got to pay for protection. Nobody gonna go to war for you for nothing unless you pay them. You ain't got nobody that genuinely gonna ride for you for nothing. They say, no, you a trick. You got to pay. Tricks pay. Keep paying, Trick. That's what they want you to do. Pay. Now, here you are again. Still trying to portray you a real one. That means so much to you. That you're going to activate the wrong people. Because nobody fears them, dog. Nobody fears these guys. Nobody look at them as the end-all, be-all of anything. They looked up as clowns. That's what they looked at, clowns. And you didn't got you got people from TDE activated. TDE didn't even know who this guy was. They never even heard of him. So what do you think these real dudes from the streets are gonna think? They in the streets from where they from. They don't fear you. They've seen goons before in the streets. Real dudes that they got to deal with every day. And to see somebody just be a clown like that.
The shit, Aiden Ross and Akademiks being live with the dudes from Top 5.
You finna be looking at whoever was on that stage.
Yeah, I'm there.
Pull it up.
Now, Smack, who came out on this show, Smack,
That nigga.
You see how he stood up? Is that the nigga right there? He want to see who this dude is. This is how real street dude is, man. It's F you, where you from, whatever. They don't care. Dude, I'm trying to tell you, you ain't no Superman because of where you come from, homie. Because you say you from the streets. No, they don't care. You ain't finna touch none of these dudes. None of them. And if you do, it's only gonna get worse. That's why you don't play with stuff like that. You know, Akademiks are lame. He don't care. He just like all the attention. Like, yeah. Everybody fight. Black killing black. Yeah. I used to do Chicago. Now I'm going worldwide. And you got clowns like him walking around. That's the problem. They putting him in position to make fools and mockery of people. And I'm like, dog, mainstream ain't even supposed to deal with him. Like A-listers, they don't even deal with academics. Like, what the hell would y'all be doing with him? That's what I be saying. People are so crazy now. It don't even make sense. No, he looked right up. You see how Smack stood up? You see how Smack stood up? He's like, where is this clown?
But Smack, hear it first. You gotta hear it first.
Yeah, let's do this shit. What's up, guys, man? Join the million.
Now, I mean, what they gonna do? That's what I'm saying. Now you see how it rolls. You see how it operates. You know what I'm saying? Now you see how this operates. Now you see how it gets down. Now you gonna force LA to get real funky with dudes. You gonna force them to get real funky with you. Oh, it's beneficial. With everything that's been going on around this game as far as hip hop and everybody else is concerned, as you saw right there, you saw how Smack reaction was, right? But that ain't even the kicker. It's time for me to show y'all what I'm talking about. Trying to show y'all what we really was talking about. It's showtime. Champagne Sloppy, you done lost over 2 million followers for that act. Since Not Like Us, you used to have 146 million subscribers and followers. You've lost 2 million subscribers and counting. Oh, you ain't think we was gonna notice? Now, you talked about hurting Kendrick and got this clown up there talking. You lost 2 million people, clown. You talking about you ain't losing steam, Cino, you lying, all this. You just lost 2 million followers. You better get them bots out there. $2 million. He was at 146. Now he's at 144. $2 million is something because those are real people. If 2 million people unsubscribe from you, dog, you talking about that don't mean nothing. That mean a lot. Because you think he got really 146 million people following him? You out your effing mind. Those are 2 million real people. That's a huge loss. So you want to keep messing around with Kendrick like that and think that ain't real and it don't have no effect, you just lost 2 million subscribers, homie. Oh, I know how the game go. He said, I just unsubscribed. Right. I'm about to unsubscribe. I was subbed up there from the past. I don't think I'm subscribed no more. Good. People are waking up. I know. That's what I'm saying. They waking up out their sleep. They know who the real enemies are. He said that 2 mil went straight to K-Dot. No, them 2 mil represented the people that follow both of them. Now they realize I don't even need Drake. He ain't even putting out good music no more. What the hell am I following him for? The Champagne Sloppy page is dead. He's scared to post on his own page. He on some garbage called Plot Twist. Oh, it's a plot twist. Yeah, but you can subscribe here, though, and get that real. We don't have to sit here and promote silly gangbangers because we scared. Yeah, that Super Bowl halftime show got you hurting, boy. You been out of shape. Kendrick finna do the Super Bowl and embarrass you in front of the world, where it's gonna be like 300 million, almost 1 billion people watching it, and they all gonna be going, say Drake, I hear y'all, I got young. You better never go to cell block 1. Drake is gonna do the World Cup. He ain't doing no World Cup. But no, what's gonna happen is you're gonna activate other people to get hit up from Toronto and everywhere else. Y'all playing such a dangerous game. And it's like, really, cut that out. It's so unnecessary. Just stop that. Because people are going to get hurt. Well, the whole world is, they believing in themselves right now. That's just what it is. People believing in themselves. People waking up. They starting to see what time it is. But they know, like I know, dealing with clowns like this is what happened. They know this dude, like they have no fear of this guy because they like, dude, you your man, where you at? Okay, what does that mean to me? You know, and y'all gonna get somebody who come here from Toronto hurt on the West Coast. You want to activate the West Coast? They tired, dog. They tired. They didn't see Nipsey die. They didn't see too much nonsense happen in LA. You know what I'm saying? And everybody getting a pass. And they just sick of it. And it's pretty soon y'all gonna activate them and send people back into nonsense. That's where we gonna be at. They gonna try to smoke Tommy the Clown. He gonna smoke Tommy the Clown too? Mm-mm-mm. Oh, Slayton dropped the ball. Mm-hmm. Exactly what we talk about constantly all the time. Right. Smack is ready to go off. You hear him, man. He don't care. They try to pop. What you gonna do? Pop Tommy the Clown? You know, like, dude, what is going on over here? Yep. Mm. It's hard to drop dope tracks. You know what I'm saying? The thing he needed to do was take some time off, then come back. But you listen to stupid people like Akademiks. He wanted to stay busy and jump on everybody else's songs to try to fill everybody out. But Drake ain't a confident human being. So instead of doing the right thing, right, ignore this clown. Watch him just spiral out in front of the world. But that's all he doing. He crashing out. Waiting and hoping if Kendrick says something about it. The battle's already over. This dude already, he's so destroyed right now. You don't even got to say anything else. He's done. I mean, seriously, done. Mm-hmm. No, I never saw it that way. That's crazy. Salute the Ville. Shouts out to the Ville. No, I never saw it like that. Drake is he's an individual that I see on a regular basis that he needed to fall back, collect himself, and make really good music and release it. That's it. That's all he had to do. Make good music. But instead, he went rushing out, doing the same formula he'd been doing. And now it's like, dog, it's Kendrick time. When Kendrick time is over and everybody missed you for a minute and then you come back out, do your run, you could have came back out and had more of an impact. Now you throwing stuff out there. People are like, oh, this is terrible. Yeah, you're right. Drake is spiraling. You jumped into a cyclone that's already going like this. That cyclone is spinning, and you trying to throw music in the middle of it, and it's spinning off. Nobody want to hear it. Now, he had a great hook that I was like, oh, this ain't bad. Like he had with that, the last song he just put out. What is it called? Who is that song he just released it with? And I was like, oh, this ain't that bad of a song. I mean, the hook that he did was pretty good for the song. And I was like, oh, this hook is pretty good from Drake. But my God, the internet killed it. And it was the last thing, Ramo, I believe, or something like that, he did a song with. And man. Somebody said, I have no idea. No, it's the last song he just was on. Like it was like probably a leak or something. And it don't sound like it was completed. Mm-hmm. Well, Drake can't step back. That's why it's like something weird about that contract he got. And that's what people were saying. Like, man, what's wrong with this deal that he got? Because the deal got him out here a lot. Rod Wave, that's him. Rod Wave. That hook ain't bad at all. I'm going to tell you that right now. That hook that he did for Rod Wave, that's not a bad hook at all by Drake. But now, it don't even matter. It don't even matter. It's all trash now. And now the people that support you, that was following you, they was just following you because you was hot. And everybody else was following you. Now the only person you got in your corner is Kevin Durant. His slow ass. He just be high as hell all the time. He just following Drake because that's what he used to. That's all Kevin Durant do is smoke. What the hell you mean? He can't stop. If he ain't hooping, he's smoking. Yeah. 100%. 100%. What you just said. Like I just told you, nobody cares about that dude. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to say. His clown activity and threats don't mean anything in this world. What's up, Twizzo?
What's up, Cino? I meant to say social media on that, not activism. Typing too fast, but yeah, man. I really kind of like when I sit back and look at it from like just off a common sense level. Like you made a point like some months ago when you were saying like if he just fall back off social media and let things let things flow as it go, because Kendrick, not like us, was going to be what it was no matter what he did, what type of hit record he would have dropped. But just you want to still be putting out good music instead of staying on social media, and he's staying in his virtual world. It seemed like how a geek would do. He don't understand reality. Like, man, you can't live on social media, bro. You 37, 38 years old. You got to get off social media, man. You can't think that you're going to be able to twist stories and make people believe that you aren't something when people already kind of got their own opinion about you, man. You're not going to change how people really think of you once they really see certain things about you. So I thought he just made a bad decision about continuously to be on social media trolling Kendrick and trying to change a perspective of everybody. And it's like, man, no, everybody got their thoughts. They got their views of you now. Accept it and just make music.
Yeah. And that's what he needs to do, because my thing is like, dog, you got the girls. The girls are gonna come there regardless. But eventually they gonna get tired of you if the dudes ain't playing you. If the dudes ain't playing and they don't react to your music, that's it. They ain't gonna deal with you. And he thinking I could just make a trap beat, drop that, and I'm back on. That used to work. Now you see your numbers are low. You tried that. You did the 21 and Thug. You dropped that, and everybody like, yeah, whatever. Just play it out. So I'm like, dude, your formula, you got to let people miss it for a while. You know, like, yeah, man, I wonder what Drake, man, Drake finna come back, and they be waiting to hear what you got to say. But see, he don't know how to be patient. He got the people around him telling him that. Same thing we saying, same thing they've been telling him. He ain't listening.
Yeah. You gave him great advice, man.
He's a person who's used to being liked. And now for the first time, like, nobody liking him now. You know, he the laughing stock of the whole world. And he's like, man, this ain't cool. You know, like, I got to do something to turn this around. And he's spiraling. He's trying to do anything he can, jumping on everybody's album, trying to do all these little singy song things. It's like, dog, you spiraling, man. And real bad. The Rod Wave hook, I said, man, that's a nice hook. And it just ruined himself. He ruined himself with that.
I think, yeah, it's when he become obsolete, it's like Kendrick exposed certain things that many of us kind of like peeped anyway. But then when you get the casual seeing certain stuff, okay, they was like, damn, he do kind of he get on the wave of the Atlanta rappers, and people notice that. Okay, it's like, all right, they noticed that, bro. You've been exposed. Like you said, fall back, bro. You not gonna change how people look at you now. Your views of how the casuals who see it now, You're not gonna change that, bro. Just fall back and let his Kendrick wave was gonna continue to go through the summer regardless, because that song was gonna be what it was. Man, just wait. And being impatient, it shows you though how, like, with things what Kendrick was saying of him as a person, Kendrick really read him and broke him down to science. And it was like everything that he said on Euphoria, just Euphoria alone, really exposed everything though. So, it's like he didn't even understand what Kendrick was saying. Like, he didn't even take a step back and be like, you know what? He right. He could have allowed everything that Kendrick had going on with the wave of Not Like Us and Euphoria. He could have just let it go, let that tidal wave, let that hurricane go and drop when he needed to drop. But he trying to prove to everybody that he didn't lose. And now everybody is like, man, we seen you get beat up, bro. We seen you lose. Take your lumps, take your L, and go heal and come back with better music. Prove that you are that artist that don't need to rely on other label, not other labels, other artists down south and everybody else way. Prove that you are that artist that you claim to be. But he didn't do that though. So, he literally went and did features with people that we already said he was gonna do. Okay, 21 Savage did a song with him. Then you had a song with Lil Yachty. You didn't prove Kendrick wrong. Not that you needed to, but just you basically just proved everything he said to be right.
Yep. That's all he did. He proved him right. Everything he did was the acts of a desperate man. And I'm like, man, you running to the internet, you running to Casanat. You thinking all these people, Casanat, the biggest thing on the internet, right? He the biggest guy with all this influence, and you premiered your song with him. It did nothing for you. Nothing, none of that. Because if we don't say it, Casanat is not hip hop. He's not in the industry. He don't make nothing move. He don't move no needle in this. So you can give him the song. He can go, oh my God, Drake is back. Nobody's going to believe that. Nobody's going to get all enthused because Casanat said it. Because the real people that's in their 30s and above, or anybody who watch related to hip hop ain't watching no Casanat.
Right. He relying on the internet. The virtual world is not going to bring you into what's going on in reality. It's grown people with their own perspectives of stuff. And then you rely on academics as well. Like, these dudes don't move the needle of what people think of what the culture is. And that's why Kendrick was trying to tell these dummies, like, the culture is we speak for ourselves, man. It's like, okay, we understand that there's gonna be casuals who go love Drake's music. That those are the people who don't really listen to a lot of rap music. They really they listen to the pop music, which is cool. That's what they go for. But when they get to seeing what Kendrick is saying, that's why it shifted for them. That's why everything, like, people who was loving Drake a whole lot because they hear his music in at the mall, and hear his music in the club, they was like, damn, he just got killed by this Kendrick Lamar. It's like now everything has shifted for you, and you don't even understand. Like, you just gotta fall back. You don't continue to walk into the woods. Now you deep into the woods, and ain't no going back. Now you put yourself in a position where, like that word spiraling, now you spiraling. Now you showing that you really don't have no type of understanding of life. It's like he don't get it. That's why I said he's not intelligent enough. Like, he comes off like a geek and want to be gangster, but when you really see his mindset, everything is not calculated though. Everything is just off emotion, and then you see the other things that he got going on to trying to get others to try to speak for him. Like, Akademiks is speaking for him about the situation on that little app, the little monkey app or whatever it was. Why aren't you coming out and just denying it? Why are you having Akademiks speak for you? That's the problem. This dude is your mouthpiece, which is a bad thing because he's a stan. He's not even a credible person that people can listen to. And it's like, hey, it's like, why would you have him speak for you and we don't even respect him? You got to have somebody with credit, like somebody with some kind of credibility to speak for you if you're not gonna speak for yourself.
Yeah. And that's what it's about. No credibility. You have the wrong people connected to you. Academics ain't gonna make you go nowhere. As you can see, he's making it worse.
Yeah,
That's all you gotta do is focus in on them, and you will see the bigger picture. If you look at the whole scenario, you'll say, "Oh, okay, I get it now." All of these dudes are clowns, like all of them. And because Drake is, he's a clown.
Yeah, he live in this world where it's like he influenced by the dumbest stuff though. So it's like we don't glorify this gang banging stuff because we see what it did to our communities and how it separated our people, our own people, and people have died over that. And it's like he glorifying it, and then you hang out with goofies who don't stand for nothing. They just imitating what they see from us. It's like they not even from these parts of where dudes got into the gangs, did not get jumped and not get, you know what I'm saying, just to be a part of something, but it became something that got out of control as you see through the 90s and then to now. It's like we didn't glorify it though. We really kind of like, man, it's people who gang bang now out there ready, whatever state, especially in Cali, they don't really want to be into it, but it's just the culture. It's what their environment is. They sit up here acting like it's the greatest thing, like it's a video game though. So like they act like it's the greatest thing. They glorifying it, and somebody go get hurt over this. Like Top 5 he's literally making fun of somebody who died. He said, "You ever seen a Somalian beat a murder case?" Like, bro, why is that a thing to kind of make a joke about? Like, it's somebody's family who buried their son, buried their brother or whatever, and you sit up here making a joke about it because you just beat a case. Like, and then it's like, man, that is crazy to want to be tied to somebody like that. And Drake is just, as I just showed you, his intelligence, he don't have it. It's like, man, these dudes go really expose themselves, and something go happen though. So, I'm not hoping for it, but something's going to happen. And they not intelligent enough to understand it because they live in a virtual world and we live in reality. Like, so, like what you were saying was the realest stuff yesterday when you was talking about like where you come from. You come from Chicago. It's like, man, I'm from Detroit. We see the craziest things growing up, and it's like we don't look to be bragging about that. We might see people who amongst in the streets who was doing that because they reckless thinking, but people don't try to be talking about that and glorify it. They be like, man, this what happened, and it's bad because we know what comes with it. It's retaliation that comes from that type of stuff. You live almost like, in fear, and you constantly paranoid about retaliation. It's people who died who wasn't even supposed to be into that type of game, and they just got caught up. And they sit up here making it like it's just a game. And I'm telling you, the way they play it, they go find out that it's not. And it's real life. When you see yourself bleeding out and ain't nobody can save you, all that type of stuff. They don't know. They don't understand this type of life, man. This life ain't to be glorified, man. It's really to be trying to get up out of there.
Definitely not. 100%. You said it all, bro. Because if you look at the whole thing now, like I said earlier in this video, I'm like, dog, everybody has seen a guy like that before. We've seen a Top 5, and they burn out as quick as a match. That's how it come. They come in, they on fire, and then they fizz out, and then it's another one that come up. They come in flashy, doing all that. Yeah, I'm a wild. They want that spotlight so much, but they don't know. They're the real ones are the dudes that's 20 years, 13 years. Like I said, I grew up around dudes that was heavyweight. We didn't even know what all they did, but we knew. Like they said, hey, go on upstairs. Don't come down here and hang out with us. Your mama whoop your butt, man. She knew you was down here. Go on up there. They don't want you to hang out. They like, look, I grew up around wolves. Like we in the wolves in this game. Like they like, dude, go to school, man. Don't be hanging out here with us. Don't do y'all thing. Y'all young folks, go on and do that. Y'all go to school. Y'all go get an education, man. Y'all go out there. Y'all make it, for us. because it's too late for us. You know, like we already screwed up. So we out here in this game now. So y'all gonna get it right. And he's like, if you see my nephew out here, you know what I'm saying? If he acting up, man, y'all go ahead and y'all smack him upside the head. You tell him to go to class. You know what I'm saying? If he say anything, y'all tell him I said it. Because I don't want him out here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it was respected in that fashion. That was respectable.
Yeah. Gangsters always be the ones that be the most polite, the most, you know, they not going to try to look for the trouble. They just don't care once it's there. They just going to react. Like I've been around those type of dudes that be calm as ever. And then somebody violate them and then they just react. And it's just an instinct. It's just like it's an animal instinct of being calm, and then someone say something or do something to touch you and you just react. And that's you might look at it as a gangster, but it's just like, man, the person they don't even want to put a title on it. They just react like it. They don't talk about it. They just go show you. And when they show you, the person who the most loudmouth talking about what he go do, I swear, we already know those be the biggest rats, and it be the softest dudes who pick and choose who they go try to do something to. Like I seen a video of Top 5 running. Like, bro, this is why you not like that, bro. You can't have moments where you running, you retreating. Somebody is clowning you. Like, you can't have moments like that. And all you talk about is pistol play, bro. We just seen a moment when you didn't have nothing on you and somebody clowned you and made you run. Like, you can't. That's why I be looking at dudes and I laugh at them, because I already know if you talk a lot, more than likely you ain't about that. You just trying to like manipulate your way of trying to get someone to fear you, and it don't work for somebody that just be like, look, man, it's either my life or your life at this moment in time, or we can box this out and I'm going to do what I got to do.
Yeah, that's true, because he was in McDonald's and he got violated. You know, he was in there trying to be big time in McDonald's. I don't know why. And he thought he could have it his way. And he wasn't going to get it his way up in there. They was like, this ain't Burger King, this McDonald's. Up in McDonald's.
Yeah, and he talking about he Drake shooter. Like, that is crazy to me to even admit that. If you were. Now somebody go want to see if you are that. They gonna be like, man, I just did something to Drake shooter.
Yep.
It's ignorant people like that. Like, you think he's probably the only reckless type of thinking person. Like, nobody's more reckless than me, man. I'm telling you, man, you're gonna find out the worst way, and you going online talking crazy about what you go do. That's the craziest thing to even say, to even admit to what you even thinking, to let the world know, or just let somebody else who will do something to you if you try Kendrick Lamar. And it's like, man, that's dumb to even admit to what you thinking. And Drake, he don't come from that side though, Sino, where you keep everything like between the circle of, like, how you feeling. You not, letting it be known on no internet. And
Right.
Akademiks don't get it because he's instigating it. He's really promoting it on his Twitch or whatever he was on. It's like, y'all not from here. Y'all not from that type of lifestyle where, man, something can happen real quick. Akademiks, you go stay behind your little computer and you go live a little safe life behind that computer, because when you get out into reality, those same people who you kind of like trying to instigate and trying to get something done, they go see about you if you ever try to come to LA. Now you put a target on yourself, which is the craziest thing, because you don't know them, but they know you.
Exactly.
I would want that's crazy.
No, I'm not a killer. I'm like, I'm a man. That's it. I'm not a gangbanger. I don't do any of that thing. But if my life in danger and I got a gun and you got a gun and my life in danger, I'm gonna shoot you. And that's what I'm saying. Anybody could shoot somebody. It don't mean that you that goon or you the killer and all this. No, it's like taking a life is the last resort. You don't want to have to do that. Then why would you want to glorify that to anybody? This ain't a video game. This ain't Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? This is real life out here. You see how that affect people. And for the rest of your life, you got to look over your shoulder. Because you don't know who going to come after you for that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you crashing out on a whole city talking crazy. Like even about that restaurant, he was talking crazy. You don't know who mama restaurant that is. You don't know who grandmother that is or whoever. You don't know what somebody will do to you, academics. Why you talking crazy about that restaurant that of the owner who responded to what he had posted? Like he lived on in this virtual world as well. Like, so, you know, when you was into it with Meek Mill, you wasn't saying nothing crazy about Philly. You weren't talking crazy about Meek Mill camp and people he run with. You was talking to the man.
Yep.
It's like, why would you want some unwanted? You don't know what, like you talking crazy about a whole hood and a whole city. Like you don't even know what people would do.
That was on them. The whole time that was on them. That was on them. They wanted to, what the thing was is that like his cousin O'Malley and all of them, the only time I really went after them is when they did something individually, like when that guy knocked out Benny Siegel. Yeah. I was talking about him then because he knocked out Benny Siegel. I'm like, you a fool. This is somebody from you supposed to be the goon in your hood, you know, Big Bay. And I'm like, dude, you supposed to be the goon for your hood. And this is how you bounce back. Like, this is what you do. That guy was never respecting your hood. You did this for a little shine. But now you look like a straight clown for doing it. You know what I'm saying? This man just got out of the hospital. You wouldn't have did that to him if he was healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't have, then why would you sucker punch him? You know, it's like it led to a whole bunch of clown activity. Now Meek looking back and he's embarrassed by all the stuff he did back then. Now that he then went to jail and got his wake-up call, now he kind of understands what it was like.
Man, instigating neighborhood wars. I think Kendrick mentioned that on Let the Watch the Party Die, and I got what he said when he first said it, and I knew he was directly saying that to Drake, and it could go to Akademiks, but he done that with how he came up on talking about Chirac, and you know, I already know how you went in on him. It's like they don't come from this though, you know, like they don't understand it, man. They live behind a computer, and it's crazy. Like Drake is the same way. It's just that he's a pop star. He lives behind a computer, and it's like, man, you ain't never had a fight, man. You never had your back against the wall. You ain't never been jumped. You never had to walk the streets. You never come up from that, and it's like nobody's even knocking you for that. They like, man, you ain't even have to live that type of life that you living now. You like the guy, I think his name Big Kish. He was like, man, you a late gangster. Like you live, like you a late gangster. Ain't nothing worse than that though. So, you know, like when somebody be jump into a gang and they like 26 years old, like, bro, you jump into a gang when you 26 years old, bro. Where your life leads you to where you went to a gang at 26 years old. And it shows though. It shows in every moment where you got to be a grown man. And Akademiks, the type of dude, like when it's time for him to be a grown man, you see that second childhood comes out of him. Like you like, oh, he really like 14 years old. He has that mentality of a 14-year-old. And Drake has the same way. They in a second childhood though, you know. Like Drake 38 years old or going on 38, but he really has the mentality of a 16-year-old, and Akademiks have a mentality of a 14-year-old because everything where it shows you to be a grown man, like we speak with respect until a grown man disrespects you. Like he don't understand that. That's why I say they got the mentality of like teenagers. They ain't grown up yet, and they in a second childhood, and that's a curse. That's like a curse when your mind is still stuck as a little kid, and you grown as hell. That's a curse.
Yep. That is exactly what it is. And that's the fear of adulthood, fear of that responsibility. It's like, dog, the fear that you're going to have to let go.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what you got to do in this world is that you got to let go of childish things. Like God said that, it's time to let go of some it's time to let go of childish things.
Yeah.
When the next generation takes that on. But,
that moment, when you at that age where you entering adulthood and you nervous, you don't know what to expect because you like, damn, I gotta get a job out here. I gotta that moment, they haven't experienced that. They haven't experienced when you gotta be on your own. Like that feeling when you enter high school, you like, oh, it's different. High school different from middle school. They haven't experienced that moment where it's a challenge to yourself. When you like, oh, I really got to get it out the mud, huh? They don't know about that. That's why I say they're in a second childhood. Like, yeah, they've been spoiled of having supporters because there's other people who support them that think like that. But Drake don't understand what it's like to get it out the mud. He only understand like, oh, I used the opportunity. Like, you know what I'm saying? He used the opportunity, and yeah, he's a privileged mixed kid. And it's like you don't understand what it's like to really be a grown man, and you had that moment where you gotta realize, like, I gotta get it out here. I can't really have nobody make no choices for me. And that second childhood thing, it resonate even more in moments when you gotta be a grown man and you gotta, admit to your flaws and just see yourself, your imperfections and everything. He don't understand that. It's like you see it. And that's why Kendrick, he admitted to his flaws throughout his rap career, but he admitted to his flaws on Mr. Morale. And he told us, like, y'all, he said I'm not no one's role model. I'm learning as I go. I admitted to I don't feel entitled to this, and I'm not trying to be someone's hero. Let that go, y'all. And Drake, I think he suffered from like literally not growing up and being like sheltered. And same with Akademiks, the dudes who are sheltered, you see it. It's like you never was able to be out on your own. Even when you was on your own, you still had help. We ain't grow up like that. It's not like we trying to get some type of badge of honor from it, but we know what we had to do. Seen on Quite Show, you know what you had to do once you got out here. Mother and your father is not going to keep, giving you money and helping you live out here, like live a lifestyle. Like you got to get it out here. You got to find your way out here in this world.
Yep. That was it. That's what we had to do. To perfection.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm seeing how these dudes are. I laugh at these people though. So, I'm not gonna lie. I follow y'all. I respect what you do because you don't move on your channel like just somebody just giving an opinion. Like you react at the time that you want to react on stuff, and that's why I rock with you, because no matter what, you just go off your own perspective and you go do your digging and your research on stuff. A lot of these dudes don't do that. And that's why I be like, okay, I can't follow this person. Because I see they just randomly think about things and they post stuff without giving it any kind of thought. Like, this type of stuff, when you post stuff, it's going to be on the internet, and even if you delete it, somebody had probably been a screen recorded something ignorant that you said. It's like nobody. I don't think people like Akademiks really think about that. Like, you don't think about the consequences of looking like a fool. Like he don't think about that. It's like I wouldn't want myself look at myself 10 years from now, see myself saying something foolish on this internet.
Yeah. And that's the thing with him. He only cares about this internet. That's it. This internet life. Because in real life, he knows what he really is. There are no friends. There are no, he had nothing. Nobody riding from him. Just him, his brother, that's it. He was a weirdo. Like nobody would, they just ignore a guy like that. So he was just, now he's this, I'm Big Ack. I'm this, he tried to create this identity because he never was outside. He never been on the block. You know, he grew up in a rich house. You know, he stayed in the basement drinking 2 liters. You know, I know the real academics. So I'm like, I know what you are. So you can't come over here faking it for the rest of us. Like we seen what you are.
Yeah.
You come in here pretending to be something on the internet and create a whole new identity. Like all I've done is talk about stuff I've seen, experience, because I've been outside. I'm like, dog, I've been outside.
Right.
So we've seen things. I've been with all the celebrities, Suge Knights, the Floyd Mayweather, before I even got on YouTube. So I've already experienced all of these lives, been around TLC, everybody. It's all documented. Everybody didn't see, like, man, Sino, you was there, man. Sino, you did all these things. You was around this time. Damn, you knew Kenan and Kel. You online. Dude, you do all that. I'm like, yeah, you know Nick Cannon. Damn, how did you know this? Now I've done all that before the YouTube was even started. So now that YouTube started and I was telling all the stories about what happened back here and there, this happened, that happened. Oh, this happened. Oh, man, did you see this go down? That happened and blah, blah, blah. So when we start telling them all about this is happening, that's happening, this is how it's all structuring to go and the fallout from it. Once we start telling him all of these things, and then Akademiks came around, he didn't even know. Like, he kept running to other people to try to get them to answer questions about me. I'm like, the hell wrong with you? What you asking them about me for? It don't even make sense. You asking them questions about me. Like, yeah, so is Sino really like that? Is he really the guy? And like, who is he? He said he knew Floyd Mayweather. I bet Floyd don't even know him. It's like, hey, dude, we know who you are.
Yeah.
I know you. Like, dog, this dude would sit there and drink. He was drinking Hennessy to be fashionable, to be relatable to us. Like, dog, like, we don't care about you drinking Hennessy. This is his room. This is him.
Man, did he piss on himself?
Oh, spilled it all on himself in this nasty room. Don't clean it up. Gotta wait for what reason? I have no idea. Empty water bottles. He's living in his mama's basement, wilding out, spilling the liquor all on himself, playing PS4, and
that's crazy.
Look at his room, dog. Just living just like a hermit.
And they call himself Big Ack. Live this creative persona. Like, that is crazy, man. And I bet you was probably about 20. He probably was about 27 then. Look like he in his late.
He was 30.
Man, dudes like that, man. So, you know, like you said, you got your stories. You got your stories about things because you been around. You seen it. It's like Akademiks can't do that, man. He can only talk about what he heard. Yeah, like, man, you not even, and you call yourself one of the best journalists, like, in hip hop. Like, nah, what? And who gave him that crown is just show you, like, man, what do y'all be seeing? What make y'all put him number one? Like, he represent the hip hop. Like, he represent hip hop. He don't. He's somebody that haven't came from that life, can't tell you about certain things. Like, he can't tell you about the history of hip hop. He can't do a rundown of the legends even before before Biggie and Pac and Nas. He can't give you that rundown because he don't care. And y'all telling us that he the number one, he the number one journalist in hip hop media, like that. That was blasphemous to me. It's like, man, y'all, this is who people who are nerds and who like to hear drama kind of follow somebody like Academics, but he don't respect women. Like, look how he disrespect women, and you know most of these women would beat him up. That's the funny part. He would get beat up probably by a lot of these women that he talking crazy to. It's like, man, this is who y'all follow. All right, don't put him as number one though. I don't really even like the fact that they have a top 10 list because it's subjective and it's like it comes with politics of it. But it's like he ain't number one.
Yep.
I don't remember. Only time I watched him was to see how he go glaze Drake and how he's about to discredit Kendrick Lamar. And that's the only time I had watched his live stream. And I was like, man, he's so caught up with this trying to push this agenda of Drake. He's so caught up in it that he go
I
wrong
think he did
with
beat on himself too.
it. Looked like it.
Just not
It
see.
looked like it, but it might be the liquor, but that looked nasty. Yes, man, I just see how this thing is, and I'm ready for all of it to burn down. Like even about the music industry, I'm just waiting for everything to just collapse and we start over. It's just all about talent. It's about skill. It's about who true to being an artist. I'm waiting for all the fake journalists, all the podcasters, all of them to just like to run out because they don't have nothing to talk about because they was so talking about the weak music that they was promoting and trying to down talk good music that we hear that ain't getting promoted. I just can't wait for it all to run its course and then we refresh this hip hop because it's just I've been like kind of like not listening to too much music outside of like stuff that I'd be like, all right, that's cool,
I
cool.
listen to the old stuff. That's what I'm saying. I listen to the old hip hop. I don't really listen to a lot of the new stuff.
Yeah, I try to give Future album a listen, and it's a one-time listen. I'm not gonna lie. So, I was kind of like a little disappointed at his music, but I was like, he ain't gonna change. The brother ain't gonna change. His music gonna stay what it is. Yep. But eventually, that type of music, a drug use, and just like he just talking about his lifestyle. He go run his course too, same as Lil Wayne, where it's like Lil Wayne be rapping. I'm talking about rapidy, and people be like, all right, man, all right. Because it's like all you talk about is a lifestyle, Lil Wayne. It's no substance to your music. You ain't learned, and you in your 40s, bro. You know what I'm saying? He rapidy rap, metaphors here. I'm talking about metaphors everywhere, and it's like, all right, man. Respected artists like Nas he still get love. And it's like, cause Nas got substance with his music. He putting emotions behind his music. He not just rapping about a lifestyle. It's like, that's all y'all talking about. Something y'all did yesterday. That's all y'all do. That's all y'all rap about. Something you did yesterday and something you did earlier.
Yep. Yeah, that's him. And you see this now, the face of hip hop.
Yeah. Talking about Kendrick. Kendrick just make moments.
Taking your mama on prom.
That look right there just says it say a lot right there. Like, why am I here with my mama? Why am I here? That's the only person he could get to even go on a date with him.
Yeah.
You gotta live. Thing is, people past catch up with him. It's like you can't tell us you big act, bro. It's people who really know you. It's really people who know you, man. Where you come from. You ain't come from that where you got this confidence, man. Where you get this ultra super confidence from? Not saying you shouldn't, but when you got insecurities all through your this little fake persona, because he got so much insecurities, and you look at it, be like, man, you so insecure with yourself.
Yep. 100%. But this is what I'm talking about. We know you, guy. He know I know everything about
him. Yeah, he won't attack you on his platform because he know what kind of breakdown you go give after that. It's gonna bring.
He just did an apology to me.
Really?
And then he went and took the whole live stream down. Right after it.
I seen that. I seen your live. I had caught your live at the last minute, the last part where you was breaking it down. I was like, did he say something? And you was like, yeah, y'all. And I was like, and I went to his because you had posted his channel. I said, let me click to his channel, and he had took it down. I said, I ain't never seen nobody do that. Like he went private. He literally went private. I was like, I ain't never seen nobody with a channel as big as his to literally do that. I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, he got it. He ain't want his audience to come to hear your name and go and see what you got to say. He's like, nah, let me take this whole thing down because you know how that works. Oh, you mentioned my name. Oh, I got a lot to say, and you know people would go from his channel to your channel, and they go get the real.
Mm-hmm. But I told him, like, if he want to do it, let's have a talk, me and you. But it's got to be live. None of this behind the scene crap. No pre-record where you could do your edits.
Yeah, I don't think he'll do that. He not polished as a debater. You know, you go speak on things of his truth that he gonna try to deny, and he go get the reckless talking to you, and then it's he go try to rattle you with the name calling and try to say you ain't got this. He go deflect. I don't see him ever trying to get into any kind of, it don't even have to be a debate, but just to get y'all two both on the same live. I don't see it because you go embarrass him. So I don't see that happening.
I just want to talk to him, man, from there and see what he says.
That ain't gonna happen.
We know it ain't never gonna happen. He ain't gonna never.
It can
all time.
It can if you want to hear that truth, though, because you ain't gonna do nothing but have facts behind what you saying about him. If he want to hear it, it can. I'm not gonna say it's never gonna happen. It can happen, but I think he's so far from that. He don't want to hear that because he got to live this persona. It's a facade he got to keep up. He got to. That's why he be so like with when he know Kendrick is talking about him like a little sleep, little something that we all know Kendrick saying something about him. He gets so bothered by it. That's why it's like he got to keep this persona. Oh yeah, I can ruin his album when it's about to drop. He got to resort to some lies or something that's outrageous to deflect what Kendrick said about him. And then it's like, man, you can't stop nothing, and you know you can't. You want to deflect from what he's saying about people like you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see him saying nothing. I don't see him even getting on no live with you and talk to you as a man, because it's gonna be a grown man breaking down a 30-year-old who living in second childhood. It's not gonna look good. It's not. I'm telling you, it won't be good for him. He knows that. He had to debate with somebody like Whack 100. He had to debate with somebody like that.
Yeah, what?
Yeah,
Well,
he had to
somebody
debate.
He paid.
Yeah.
Somebody on his thing, man. But I'm gonna shut this down, man, because I got to roll. Everybody texting me like, "Where are you at?"
Man. Yeah,
Unlike I'll be outside.
Yeah. All right, Cino.
All right, John Rod. Hopefully you get a win in fantasy football. You 0-3, dog. All right, thank y'all, man. Thanks to Izzo for coming up. Thank y'all for listening. We about. Be grown out there. Shouts out to Kwame Brown Bus Life. And shouts out to nobody other than Sports Talk with Jose Rodriguez. Don't forget, hey, Mika James. Oh, it's Mika Jones. Hey, don't forget, my Patreon is Carcino for Life. Go over there. You finna crack up. And then you can hear about the Carl Thomas and Diddy video is out now. So then, like you just saw with Akademiks, saw the real Akademiks out there. That's on the Patreon as well. So I'm out. Take care. My Patreon is Carcino for Life.